But
Nice. So how did
yeah.
you find the whole project? Because you were in live action before. That was mostly what you did.
Yeah. So overall, it was super enjoyable. It was hectic. We didn't really know how much, if you look on paper of what scene planning should be, it wasn't 100%, or maybe it's the opposite. We were doing 120% of what, the normal scene planning department would be doing in animation.
Yeah. And what would like a normal scene planning department be doing?
It would be more of kind of like prepping everything before it would be handed off to each department. So, we did a little, we did a lot of that when we were prepping before we go to ink and paint, so that the ink and paint artists could just sit down and do their work. But then we were also doing a little bit more above and beyond of what the scene planning department would be normally doing. We were rendering quick times for every review for every artist.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that kind of coming from another department in live action, where an artist would just be responsible of rendering his or her own, assets for review, whatever, if it's a quick time or if it's EXRs, whatever it is. It's something that you as an artist will do more just on your own.
Yeah.
You show it to your lead or whoever, or whatever the pipeline set up for, and then you get notes, and it's more like a at least where I've come from, everything was more, you're in a little team, you have a lead, and the lead shows it to a supervisor, and the supervisor shows it to, maybe the creative supervisor, and it kind of goes up the chain. This was much more of like an artist didn't really seem to have a lead, and then it would just kind of come to us, and then we would render it, and that would go right to, their creative supervisor. But we were kind of doing a lot more of the asset moving than just prep work.
That's what it was more hands-on. Like I was actually going into files and like making changes in the scenes.
And we might be doing, hopefully we would all kind of come back and doing more show. And from what I've heard, they liked what we were doing with that kind of work. And they would like for us to do more. Claire was handling a lot of the directorial changes that were asked, like moving this camera, moving this asset a little bit.
Yeah.
5 pixels to the left, moving 5 pixels to the right. But we, as a department as a whole, we weren't really doing that. Claire kind of just took that upon herself. And then it was going to be a little too messy to kind of divide all those notes on the floor, because it would be, we were starting to step on our toes a little bit. So I think Claire was just trying to keep that all on her end as much as possible, so that we weren't doing like, I did a change and then I moved it, but then I thought I already moved it, and then then you do a change, and then but I think they would like us to kind of handle more of those, and not just one person doing that, to kind of be in there. But so it was interesting. We were definitely, everybody had to come to us, and then we had to prep it and move it to the next department. And
before like the glue that kind of like held everything together, right?
Yeah, it was, it was fun. It was hectic. I really do wish that, those QuickTime rendering really kind of slow things down sometimes. But it was good to know that we were confident in what we were doing, that we never felt like we were slowing down the show, that we were only benefiting with our efforts.